Working as a digital nomad in the United States can be a rewarding and fulfilling experience for those who enjoy travel, flexibility, and remote work. The rise of technology and the internet has made it possible for people to work anywhere in the world, and the USA is no exception. My name is Ben Freer. I'm an immigration lawyer for entrepreneurs. In this video, I offer a few tips on how you can happily and lawfully work as a digital nomad in the United States. Tip number one, understand the legal requirements. The first and, in my view, most important step to working as a digital nomad in the USA is to ensure that you have the legal right to do so. Now, obviously, if you're a US citizen or a green card holder, you can work from anywhere in the country without legal issues. However, if you're a foreign national and do not have work authorization, you'll need to obtain a work visa or proper status before you can legally work in the USA. This is true even if your employer or business is based outside of the US. I can tell you from experience that this comes as a major shock to many of my prospective clients. Here's a scenario that I see all the time. A person comes to the US on a visitor visa. They have a job or a foreign business that they can manage remotely. While they're visiting the US, they work full-time for their business or employer. When I tell them that this is not allowed on a visitor visa, they become frustrated. They ask, if I'm being paid from a foreign source, why can't I work while I'm physically present in America? Now, I totally get it. From my perspective, if digital nomads are spending money and not displacing US workers, I frankly don't see the problem. But unfortunately, I don't make the rules. And the US government will consider this type of work to be a violation of status unless the activities are permissible in visitor status. So you may ask yourself, why does this matter? Well, here are a few potential consequences as working while you're on a visitor visa. If you work without permission, you'll not be eligible to change your status to another visa category. Also, you'll have to disclose this violation on future visa applications. And if a US official feels that your true intention at the time that you enter the US as a visitor was to engage in unauthorized employment, then you could potentially risk a permanent bar to entering the United States. Therefore, it is definitely best to avoid this risk and consult a professional to make sure that your activities will be permissible before you enter the country. If your anticipated activities may constitute a violation of your visitor status, then you could apply for one of the many types of non-immigrant visas that would enable you to work lawfully while you roam around the country. The right type of visa for you will depend on whether you want to work for your own business or work as an employee. There are several types of visas that would allow you to work in the US for an employer. These options include the TN for North American professionals, the H-1B for highly skilled workers, and the L-1 visa for intra-company transferees. If you're interested in running your own business, then the E-2 visa could be a great fit depending on your nationality, investment, and personnel needs. The E-2 visa is my personal favorite because it has some major perks. These include unlimited renewal/extension possibilities, work authorization for spouses, and no minimum investment. Unfortunately, the E-2 visa does come with a few drawbacks. These include no direct path to a US green card. It's not suitable for one-person businesses. It's only available to nationals of countries that have an E-2 treaty with the United States, and your investment has to be committed to the business and placed at risk before you apply. Since all the US visas that I just mentioned have their own requirements and application process, it's important to do your research and consult with an immigration lawyer to determine which visa would be best for your particular situation. Okay, so tip number two is to explore suitable accommodation options. Once you have the legal right to work in the USA, the next step is to find accommodation that meets your needs as a digital nomad. Thankfully, you'll have a lot of options. Co-living spaces are a popular choice for many remote workers who are bouncing around to different US cities. They offer a mix of private and shared spaces so you can have your own room but still have access to common areas and amenities like high-speed internet. Some co-living spaces even offer events and activities to help you meet other remote workers. If you want a little more privacy or flexibility, you might want to consider short-term rentals like Airbnb or Vrbo. You can rent a fully furnished apartment or house for a few weeks or months and then move on to a new place when you're ready. The major drawback of this option is that it is expensive. Of course, if you're feeling adventurous, you can always take the show on the road and live in a van or RV while you travel around the US. This gives you the ultimate freedom to explore and work wherever you want, but obviously this option is not for everyone, myself included. Tip number 3 is to avoid loneliness through networking. In addition to exploring your housing options, you should put some time and thought into how you'll meet friends, potential clients, and customers. You don't want to put a ton of time and thought into coming to the US only to end up lonely and unhappy. So how do you avoid this fate? Here are a few ideas. Rent a co-working space. These are a great option for many digital nomads who are looking to avoid feeling isolated. They offer a professional environment to work in with all the amenities you need, like printing and scanning services and meeting rooms. Plus, you'll have the chance to meet new people. Meetups are another great way to meet like-minded people. Since they're informal gatherings of people who share a common interest or profession, they can be a great way to make new friends and connections. Finally, conferences are a great way to stay up to date with the latest trends and developments in your industry. You'll have the chance to hear from industry experts and thought leaders, and you'll also have the opportunity to network with other professionals. Plus, many conferences are held in amazing locations around the US, so you can combine work and travel. So there you have it. Working as a digital nomad in the USA can be a rewarding and fulfilling experience, but it requires careful planning and preparation. By ensuring that you have the legal right to work, finding suitable accommodation, and networking with other remote workers, you can create an amazing lifestyle that allows you to work from anywhere and explore all the incredible places the US has to offer. I hope this was helpful, and if you did enjoy this video, please like it or pass it along to someone who may benefit from it. Thanks for your time.